Serena Williams is back, but this time she's playing singles instead of doubles. Let's keep things sweet and enjoyable. She'll be competing at Wimbledon. She received the final wild card, and I'm unsure of my next steps. I literally went and put on the GOAT shirt after all. Alright, this shirt has 23 Grand Slam titles on the back. Are we aiming for 24? I genuinely believed that the last time we would see her perform was at the US Open 4 years ago, when Serena Williams unexpectedly found herself connected to a Wimbledon slot that many thought belonged to the next generation of stars. The tennis community was shocked. Her potential comeback caused controversy, arguments, and charges of unjust treatment at a time when the majority of players have already retired. However, what actually took place in the background? And why are supporters doubting Wimbledon's choice? Was Serena given a unique advantage? Or is there a more significant tale that no one anticipated? As Serena Williams, a former world champion, she is no longer retired. She has been engaging in some doubles play. She performed at Queen's. She was given a wild card to play doubles with her sister Venus Williams at Wimbledon. Additionally, it has been revealed that she has been granted a wild card to participate in the singles. There had been rumors that they had one wild card on hand. It has already been announced that Serena Williams will play, despite Serena's intense doubts about returning to play the singles. It is embarrassing. Serena Williams, 44, receives a singles wild card from Wimbledon. She hasn't participated in a singles match in 4 years and hasn't won a Wimbledon match in 7. This exacerbates Dan Evans' choice to forego a WC. Williams promised €80,000 whether she won or lost. Every tennis champion ultimately confronts the harsh reality that has persisted in the sport for decades. A legendary name may draw attention, but whether or not you deserve to stay depends solely on what transpires on the court. Well, a lot of my early tennis music memories are of watching Venus and Serena on TV as a child and seeing them music back on the courts about 25 years later. It's simply insane. Really? Together, they took home this title in 2016. Although that was their final major victory at Wimbledon, the 14-time major champions will undoubtedly be paired once again. What do you think about that? Indeed, it is hardly surprising that they received a wild card. Serena's rumblings have been coming to us since around 3. But all of a sudden, an issue that split the sports supporters into 2 opposing groups began to circulate. Should Serena Williams, one of the best tennis players in history, be treated like royalty upon her return to Wimbledon following years away from solo competition? Or should she have to compete for her spot like everyone else? Williams, 44, is a singles player at the All England club. Serena disagreed with our assumption that there would only be doubles. Kevin, oh well, Greg, you know what? This has been ongoing for the past month. As I believe you and Ashley, our close buddy from the podcast, are aware, I learned about this approximately a month ago. However, I had to try to keep it a secret since I was really concerned that it would come to light in my capacity as an LTA program employee. We had to attempt to keep it quiet in some way since I knew this was going on in the background while I was working on the Queen's Club program. She was never going to return and simply play double, in my opinion. She would always attempt to play unmarried. So I'm not shocked at all. Tim Henman is a participant in Wimbledon's wild cards. Discussions over Serena getting a Wimbledon singles wild card despite being over 40, having not played a singles match in years, and having not won a Wimbledon singles match since 2016 caused the question to blow up. Look, this is gonna make a lot of people cry. They will claim that she is undeserving of it. Her wealth beyond the tour, this is not necessary for her. However, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this. Although she may not be able to compete, I believe that she will be able to compete on some level based on what we have already seen from her comeback song. Look, I am aware that this will make many cry, but she will disprove them all. She will definitely silence a lot of individuals, in my opinion. This is a cause for celebration. This is among the best of all time. Some admirers thought it was a celebration of excellence. Others said that while hundreds of younger players were fighting every week to earn their chance, tennis had established a special rule for a superstar. At this point, the debate grew larger than Serena, because there was more to this than just one player competing in a competition. This was about the awkward controversy that sports have endured for many years. Given their accomplishments, should legends be given opportunities? Or should each player be evaluated just on their current performance? In tennis, Serena Williams is a unique name. She is a player whose career transformed the sport as a whole. Serena made headlines with her 23 Grand Slam singles victories, numerous records, and style of play that revolutionized women's tennis. But even the greatest champions can be tested by time. When Serena returned to competition in 2022, fans saw a different version of the athlete who had ruled Wimbledon for years. She had an emotional return at Wimbledon after taking a break due to injury and personal obligations, making it one of the tournament's greatest tales. When they play together, are aware of each other's inclinations, have known each other their entire lives, and are best friends, I believe that intuitiveness also exists. Even though they haven't been playing together, I think they're going to go out there and be able to make those adjustments with each other. It was really exciting. The stands were crowded with spectators. Every action was captured on camera, and the atmosphere was more akin to a historic celebration than a typical first-round contest. But celebrity cannot earn points in tennis, and nostalgia cannot strike a forehand. While Serena's 2022 Wimbledon opening match loss did not negate her accomplishments, it did present a challenging topic. Should a player's prior success automatically grant them a tournament spot if they haven't participated in competitions for years? Fan speculation about what may happen if Serena was given another chance at Wimbledon made that topic much more pressing. Many supporters contended that Serena's return to center court would garner more attention than a few instances in tennis history. Giving Serena a berth wouldn't seem unjust from that angle. It would be a historical celebration. Critics, however, had a different perspective on the matter. They made reference to the innumerable players who are not in the spotlight but who battle through qualifying rounds, win smaller competitions, and climb rankings for years in order to compete at Wimbledon. The seriousness of Serena's return has just increased. After a 4-year hiatus, 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams is making an incredible comeback to the Wimbledon singles competition. The 44-year-old mother of two has been competing in doubles competitions in Queens and Berlin over the past few weeks after, as she stated in Music 2022, moving away from tennis. Despite not being well known, these athletes commit their lives to seizing every chance. The reasoning seemed straightforward to them. Wimbledon isn't a museum. It's a contest. For a chance to compete in the event, a younger player who is not in the top 100 may have traveled across borders, chased points for months, and given up everything. It can be annoying to witness a retiring legend get a shortcut, which is why the argument got so heated because both sides had valid points. Tradition and competition have always been balanced in tennis. Legends are cherished in the sport, but it also depends on new stars taking the place of established ones. The same question eventually comes up for every generation. When does respecting the past start to influence the present? Serena's circumstances led to an intriguing paradox. Some individuals questioned her comeback because of the same attributes that made followers desire to see her. Popularity has no bearing on the scoreboard in tennis. The number of Grand Slam trophies in a person's home is unknown to the ball. Because a player is a legend, the net does not lower itself. The challenge is the same at the start of every match. Someone must prevail, with one player on one side and another on the other. Correct. People would have no problem with Nadal or Federer returning. People always seem to want to speak up when it's on the WTA side, They have the voice of reason all of a sudden. However, this will be something that people want to see. Music, no one is going to watch this. I'm guessing that center court will be the venue for her debut match, despite the detractors. They'll activate it. Ultimately, they are likely merely envious of that. The Serena debate was never about whether Serena deserved respect, which is why it became so fascinating. No one can genuinely doubt what she achieved. The true question was whether or not respect should result in benefits over competitors. The ironic thing about sports is that supporters frequently make conflicting demands at the same time. They want fresh champions to emerge, but they also want legends to endure forever. They desire fairness as well as memorable comebacks. They want competition, but they also want history. Serena Williams is right in the center of the dispute. Because of what she has accomplished, she is a symbol of the past. However, she also symbolizes the potential that greatness never really goes away. Her name alone can produce the kind of excitement tournaments spend millions attempting to create, even after she has been gone for years. That kind of power is uncommon. The majority of athletes retire and gradually fade from the public eye. After being away for years, Serena might walk onto a tennis court and become the tournament's greatest story right away. Even if a player is among the greatest athletes in history, they may still receive criticism if they are given another opportunity. That's the complex reality of being a legend. There are high expectations for every decision involving a superstar. Additionally, every chance sparks a discussion on justice. I'll tell you what would work for Serena, that she is having the time of her life and that God bless her if she wishes to play tennis. However, I wouldn't care about her outcome on any level other than being her best self. And it's a victory for the sport if she truly wants to play. Have you ever considered the possibility that I might be able to play again? I know. I had no desire to give up. My goal was to retire. In other words, I wanted to have no regrets. I wanted to know that everything was out there. I wanted to know if there was anything left. She completed everything over a very lengthy period of time. One thing cannot be disputed, regardless of whether fans think Serena should be given special treatment. Few athletes are able to generate as much conversation without even taking the court. Tennis enthusiasts got into discussions, debates, and never-ending speculation just because of the possibilities. Because the topic of conversation is never limited to tennis when Serena Williams is involved. It turns into a discussion about history, legacy, justice, and whether greatness should ever be given another shot. Thus, the most important question still stands. Would supporters view Serena Williams' return to center court at Wimbledon as an unfair advantage for a legend where legendary moments are made and the biggest stars in the sport are permitted to write one last chapter? From that angle, Serena Williams' comeback would seem less like a typical entry and more like seeing a piece of tennis history come to life. Others, however, see Wimbledon as something entirely different. It stands for the aspiration of every athlete who has battled for recognition for years. It stands for the athlete who isn't in the spotlight but wakes up every morning hoping to gain a few more ranking points. It stands for the qualifier who goes all over the world in the hopes of getting one chance to take the court and show that they belong. We sort of anticipated this. The issue is, have you witnessed her practicing at Wimbledon for singles? What are our expectations, exactly? She is returning to triumph. I would assume, but isn't that unrealistic? You never know what will happen with Serena, though. However, David Quayle, the British hitting partner she has been working with for the past month, is part of her large team every practice day. Renee Stubbs, a former doubles champion and ESPN pundit, is another striking partner on the squad. It's quite serious. Every day spend 2 or 3 hours on the court. We were aware of the wild card in doubles, but based on the sessions over the previous week, it appears that the attention has been on singles. Because tennis is both a business and a sport, it becomes impossible to resolve the dispute at that point. The event organizers are aware that celebrities draw attention, but they also recognize that fairness is the foundation of competitiveness. One of the most difficult tasks in professional sports has always been striking a balance between those two factors. Because Serena Williams' career was so different from nearly everyone else's, she created this predicament. She was more than just a successful athlete with a few major championships. She turned into one of the key personalities of a whole time period. Millions of people who did not often follow tennis watched her matches. Her rivalries turned into cultural events. The conversation expands significantly. All of a sudden, people are discussing legacy, feelings, and whether or not a champion should be allowed to return on the largest platforms. The intriguing aspect is that Serena has always recognized the pressure that comes with having one of the top names in sports. Every tournament appearance, every injury, and every comeback has been closely examined. Losing an early match is just a part of tennis for the majority of players. Every setback became a global topic of discussion for Serena. The cost of becoming an icon is that. The sentiment seems to be that she is returning, but I'm not sure where or how. We're not sure if it's singles or doubles. I would also conceal it if I were in her shoes. So, yes, everyone is thrilled, and music is undoubtedly something that is eagerly awaited. Let's see, she might participate in a doubles tournament or two with Venus, I believe. It would be good to witness that. From my perspective and that of music tennis fans, the same celebrity that opens doors also raises unrealistic expectations. Because they recall the Serena who controlled rallies, dominated opponents, and won trophies, fans anticipate greatness. They recall the player who, with a single strong serve or a daring return, could turn a challenging match around. However, sportsmen are cruelly compared to their own pasts in sports. A champion is frequently evaluated against the best version of themselves rather than against everyone else. They wanted to know if the former Serena Williams could make a comeback. And it is nearly difficult for any athlete to live up to that expectation. Time, injuries, and physical changes eventually affect even the best champions. Trophies cannot stop an athlete's career from developing naturally. The game is always changing. Younger athletes continue to get better. Additionally, each generation gains strength, speed, and self-assurance. Even the players Serena used to control are no longer the same. Women's tennis has undergone a complete transformation. There are now new stars. The rivalry is more intense than before, and new styles have emerged. I don't think I'll be competing at 44 anytime soon. No, like not at all, to be honest. I replied when she asked if I missed playing. How about you? I inquired, and she replied, yeah, I miss it every single day. I really enjoy competing, enjoy playing. Indeed, it's good to see her back on the court, participating in doubles. Additionally, I believe she is competing in Wimbledon with her sister Venus, which is fantastic for tennis to be so successful and such a difficult sport to play for as long as they have and continue to be in love with. This is another reason why some fans doubted the fairness of using a wild card. They contended that Wimbledon ought to honor achievements made in the present rather than those made in the past. A tournament spot is valuable, and if one player is awarded one, another player is deprived of the opportunity. Serena's greatness wasn't the problem for those detractors. Supporters of Serena's comeback, however, countered that wild cards have never been determined solely by rankings. Tennis tournaments have used these invitations for players who have exceptional accomplishments, unique situations, or local interest throughout history. Wild cards are frequently taken into consideration when a legend makes a comeback after a long absence. After all, tournaments are entertainment events in addition to competitions. Few sportsmen can garner international attention just by playing on a court, and organizers seek to create unforgettable moments. Serena Williams possesses that talent. The atmosphere is altered by her presence. Suddenly, fans who might not typically watch a first-round match show up. Growing up watching her, young athletes had the chance to play on the same court as someone they revered. Does Serena Williams have a wild card draw to play singles at Wimbledon in addition to playing with her sisters? Does Serena Williams attempt another Grand Slam? Guys, this is kind of crazy, really. It doesn't seem to interfere with any of the drawings. I'm not sure how well you can keep up with everyone in the end, but this is absurd. She's racing back, and I sincerely think she'll make it to the third or fourth round. Fourth round. My friend Serena Williams should not be disregarded. From that angle, rather than hurting the future generation, her beauty might stimulate it. Imagine a young athlete confronting Serena Williams on center court. The event itself may prove to be one of the pivotal moments in that player's career, even if the game does not result in a championship run. That is the intricate beauty of athletics. Rankings and statistics alone are not always sufficient to determine the significance of an occasion. However, the debate persists because justice is crucial. The idea's detractors weren't necessarily demeaning Serena. Many were standing up for the thousands of athletes who are still attempting to write their own narratives. This argument inevitably arises in every tennis age. Fans rejoice when legends continue to exist. Fans also applaud when new players demand opportunities. The link between those two respects is represented by Serena Williams. That was something she acquired decades ago. The true question is whether someone whose influence extends beyond the sport itself should be exempt from the competition's regulations. And that's what made this discussion so interesting. A straightforward inquiry about a possible Wimbledon appearance sparked a global conversation about what greatness entails. Fans were compelled to choose whether they prioritize the integrity of competition over all other considerations or whether some events are too memorable to overlook. Because winning a game isn't always the only thing that matters in sports.